Hey YouTube, this is Bernie with Dry Creek Homestead. So as promised, we're doing this series on what it would actually take to grow not only your own food, but the feed for your livestock and be more self-sufficient, because we have livestock and we grow a lot of our own produce, but we're not completely self-sufficient. And I don't know that you honestly truly ever could be, because there are some things that just won't grow in certain climates. Like, I'm a big coffee drinker in the morning, so I don't know. I could probably get coffee to grow in my climate, maybe, but there's a lot of climates that won't grow in, coffee beans won't grow in. So anyway, but we're going to try to show what it would take to try to be as self-sufficient on a homestead as possible. So for the last couple of years, feed prices have gone up and up and up. Now they've come back down a little bit, but they still haven't gone down to the pre-cough days of what they were. So before the Rona hit, I could spend $8 on a sack of 20% cattle cubes, or the feed for the pigs was, $10 or $11, and the chickens was about the same. After that, the cubes now, they did go up to a high of, I think, almost $15 a bag. They've come back down. Now they're 12 something a bag. The pig feed, I'm still paying $16 a sack for. And the chicken feed, it depends on what you get. The laying mesh, you can get a little cheaper. The chicken grower, which we're feeding out some baby chicks right now, if you get that, I think it's almost 20 bucks a bag, so it's just gotten ridiculous. Before the Rona, you could realistically feed animals on store-bought feed and it not take away too much from your bottom line. You could do it cheaper that way than you could, except for the chicken, but on the beef and the pigs, you could do it cheaper that way than buying it at the grocery store. Now that's not the case anymore. So the only way you can justify it nowadays with feed costs where they are, if you're buying store-bought feed, is that what goes into those animals that you're feeding. Now, like I said, we're going to try to grow a lot more of our own feed, and that way people can see what it takes, and we're tracking our hours. So far, all I've really gotten done, I've got the 5-acre field mowed that we're going to plow up. Okay, so now, if you had to do that by hand, I don't know how long that would take, because it was kind of grown up in weeds. On a tractor with a bush hog, it took me less than an hour. Okay, so I guess we are cheating a little bit. Now we've got a 2-bottom plow, so that 5 acres is going to take a while to plow that. And you might be asking, well, why are you going to plow it up? So that ground out there is really compacted, so we're going to have to hit it with a plow the first year. Now I hope to not have to till it after that, but we'll just have to see. It's hard packed clay, black land, so we'll just have to see. But anyway, so that's where we're going to grow our grains. I've got a plan I'm going to put out in the next video. I'm making a drawing so you can kind of see how it would lay out. But this is actually 5.08 acres when I mapped it out. So that's where we're going to grow the grains for, like, corn and wheat. The wheat would be primarily so we can make our own bread, and also that you can feed the straw, but also we'll be growing some purple hull peas out there to sell. Purple hull peas sell really well in our area, so those are going to be, that way we can have some rotations out there. But anyway, we're going to track our hours. Like I said, it was 45 minutes, I think, is what it was to mow that with a 6-foot bush hog. So that's kind of what it took there. Now on the produce side, we've got that, and I'll flip the camera around. It's weedy right now because we haven't been growing anything because it's been so hot. I've got a couple beds out here that do have stuff in them now that we just planted. I actually told you about that in a different video. We hadn't really watered it. We did just get rain. I've dug around because it's been about 2 weeks since we planted it, but we just got good rain where I dug around. The seeds are finally starting to germinate, and now we will have to keep them watered to make sure they don't run out of water, because we got enough rain to germinate them, but we didn't get enough. The ground's still pretty dry, and I can show a picture of how dry this is. So you can kind of see it's hard to see with the grass, but see the cracks in the ground there. But yeah, so there's a better picture of the cracks. But anyway, so this spot's kind of weedy. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to mow it and start getting it ready for, we do have some potatoes that we left in the ground, so on potato storage. So you saw a video where we harvested potatoes. Some of the potatoes we left in the ground, and I was wanting to really kind of see how they would store better. So the ones we dug and we laid out, they did not keep quite as well, because I think of the heat. It just gets too hot. We don't have a root cellar. If we had a root cellar, it would have kept a lot better. But we still have a bunch of those. I am going to plant some of those, but I'll show you here the white potatoes here. All right, so this is our mess, because we haven't been growing anything. It's just been too dry. So we had our harvest there back in the spring, and I just kind of let it go because it was too dry. Now we do have some cucumbers over here that are planted. So this bed, and I got to get in here and weed these. This is the whatchamacallit. This is the provider green beans, and this bed is top crop green beans, and I think this one is also, this one is pinto beans. So we're going to try to do those in the fall because we kind of have a long growing season. We also are going to plant some purple whole peas right there. Now these are places where the potatoes were, and so that's what we're doing there. Now I want to show you, and like I said, you'll have to forgive me, it's weedy just because we haven't grown anything over here and I just let it go. But let me see. All right, so these are some of the potatoes that we left in the ground. Where are they? Oh, let me try to find them here. I probably need a shovel. Yeah, here's one that I dug up. Now you can kind of see these are the white potatoes here. Oh, here they are. See, these are white potatoes. Now they stored quite a bit better, but if you also look, they're starting to sprout. So I've already got some white fall potatoes planted. Now there's still a bunch of potatoes, and we're gonna dig those out and use those. But then, like I said, we've also got some potatoes already planted. I'll have to water them a little bit and get them going here. But that way we can have them for the fall. I'm also going to do some carrots. And like I said, we've got also some beets and other things. So I got to start working to get the garden spot here put back into shape. And I'll probably just hop on the tractor and start mowing it, and then start adding compost to the beds. But like I said, it was just so hot here. It was 100 degrees. I can't tell you how many days, or it was over 30 days in a row. So it just wasn't feasible. Plants would survive out here, but they wouldn't produce, because over a certain temperature they just go into survival mode. so it wasn't worth it to keep up with it, and so we didn't. And we had our spring harvest. Now we'll plant some more in the fall, and we'll film all that. So I'll get this film out here, this video out, and that way you can kind of see what's going on today, later today. Even though it's still in the 80s now, I got to go start cutting firewood for this winter, because that's how we heat our home, is with firewood. We don't have any other way to heat it, so that's what we do. We have that wood burning furnace, so I've got to start cutting up firewood for that for the winter, because I don't have any right now. So right now it's just a race to get stuff done before it gets too cold and it starts raining again. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I'm rambling, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you please like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so when the next video is out. We'd appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.